Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It's Nick Loise, President GKC, with one of my favorite members and special guests, Jimmy Nicholas from Jimmy Marketing. Jimmy, how are you?
Good. How are you, Nick? It's always good to be with you, buddy.
I'm doing great. Oh, it's so good to have you. I mean, thank you for taking time out of your Saturday. I know it's a very special Saturday for you, even, so people should be even that much more excited that you're here. Your boy Carter's birthday today, is that correct?
Yeah, 2 years old. We got about 40
oh my gosh.
coming over to the house
wonderful.
in a couple hours.
So. And how's your wife doing? She doing good?
She's running around doing all the work. I'm sitting here talking with you.
You're here talking marketing with me. So you got to send her a copy of this video so she knows that you just went out playing golf real quick.
Yeah, right.
All right. So for those folks that don't know who Jimmy is a longtime GKC member, owns a company by the name of Jimmy Marketing that works with specifically, I believe, doctors, dentists, plastic surgeons, healthcare professionals to help them with their marketing needs. But you also have a book of business for all types of businesses. You were the 2014 Marketer of the Year. Keep me honest.
I think it was 2013
Marketer of the Year, which is, if you don't know what that is a very, very aggressive competition where our best and brightest members apply through a very rigorous application process where they kind of submit all of their marketing campaigns to us with the ROI, kind of what the response rate was for everything. I know you've been a Peak member. You've been a Platinum member, and you've been a Titanium member, which for those of you that know, that means that he's been in all of our coaching groups, and the Titanium member is the one where Dan is actually the coach of that. So you've been in Dan Kennedy's coaching group. You are a phenomenal implementer, right? Which I think if you look at your success, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, it's because you get shit done, right? You don't just buy the product, but you take the product and you implement the product. And and if you ever get a chance to talk to Jimmy, if anybody's on this and, wants to just learn more about Jimmy, he's just the nicest guy in the whole wide world. Just one of the nicest guys. And you're from Jersey, right? So that shouldn't happen.
Well, my dad's from Jersey. I'm from Connecticut.
Okay, so yeah, that's it. So you're a Connecticut person, but just one of the nicest guys, one of the smartest marketers. So let's kind of get into that. I gave the preamble of Jimmy Marketing, but you're going to do a much better job. So why don't you do a deep dive on what Jimmy Marketing is?
Absolutely. So at Jimmy Marketing, like you said, we work with a lot of doctors in private practice, orthodontists, audiologists, plastic surgeons, dentists. There's a lot of change going on with corporate companies, especially like corporate dentistry, taking over and buying up small practices and then competing against the little guy. And they need to, there's time for disruption. So what we do is we help these doctors predictably attract more new patients, predominantly from the web. And, what we'll get into, I think, at some point today is how we've taken a lot of the concepts from magnetic marketing and implemented them online as well. So, I was looking back, knowing that we had this interview today, before GKIC and before magnetic marketing, I was looking at some of my ads that I was running. And like, for instance, I pulled out, I did a back page, yellow ad, full page. This is 2009. Okay. And I want to paint the picture for you. Here I was, the marketing company that didn't know how to market his own company. And, you can see the big headline at the top is my logo, completely wrong. Just a list of things, barely a call to action on it. No reason why people should contact me. And, I did the same thing in newspaper ads, and I was really struggling. I was to a point over $250,000 in credit card debt, and I'm on the verge of bankruptcy, and basically landed in the GKIC community. And I got to tell you, the magnetic marketing, which I still have it by my side all the time to be referencing, and pull files from and get ideas. And, fast forward to today, debt free, living in my dream home, dream cars. I mean, and most importantly, like today is my son's second birthday. We're going to be able to have the most amazing experience that, a few years ago, well, obviously you wasn't even here, but I wouldn't even think of it as a possibility. So that's why I'm here today on a Saturday at 9 a.m. because I'm just so excited to see if I can help some other people, with this marketing and growing their business or practice.
The reason why I love this product and the reason why I love doing these type of things and getting up at, here in Chicago, it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I got my team here. But the reason why I love it so much is because of that story, right? And it's real and it's authentic and it's, as entrepreneurs, we take a lot of risk on, and that risk takes a toll on us both emotionally, right? Physically, as well as in our pocketbooks. And to hear the stories like your story, right? Of, hey, I had that's real money. $250,000 in debt. I mean, that's real money. And you said some of it was, credit card debt. So that's at 24%, 25%. That's a lot of juice. I mean, my uncles could give it to you cheaper than that, So, I mean, that's a lot of juice. I mean,
it was to the point. I mean, the interest payments alone were like $6,000 a month just in interest. And I was robbing Peter to pay Paul and, and like you said, I'm a good guy, but that doesn't get you enough in the world. You really gotta know what you're doing, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I love to basically swipe and deploy,
right?
Which is exactly what I did, and I'm sure a lot of people that maybe haven't done this type of marketing and done more of the traditional type marketing,
right,
they're scared. And that's where I was. I was scared. I'm still. You always, when you drop whatever it is, $1, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever it is, you always in the back of my boy. I hope this works. But at the end of the day, because my back was against the wall, I was going to lose everything anyway. That forced me to say, well, might as well give it a shot. And then,
right. What do I got to lose? Right.
So, that really caused the big action.
All right. So we kind of painted the picture of your life before you found GKC and really magnetic marketing. And, the ironic thing, like you said, is you were a marketing guy, I mean, we find a lot of people that way. So let's talk about, because you really want to dive deep and roll up your sleeves figuratively and pejoratively and say what campaigns worked and, kind of show some things that you did. Is that all right if we do that for folks?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So my first campaign, as a result of going through magnetic marketing, they talk about, one of the best campaigns, customer reactivation campaign. And a lot of our clients would pay us on a monthly basis. So I'm like, we don't lose clients. How can I reactivate? I don't have anybody to reactivate because we don't. Our retention is predominantly 93% or higher in all the years of business. And so I said, 7% we could do that, but why don't I go back to the existing list and get them to buy more? So
makes sense.
I did that, and it was so exciting because I got a 742% ROI in sending it was actually this letter right here, and this letter we put it in a clear bag with a plastic boomerang inside, and it was so fun that people would come into the office, clients, and throw the boomerang down the hall and say, oh, this is great, you got me to come back. And it made people feel, like we cared. It was something different, something that stood out. And we got referrals out of it. I mean, that 742% was just from, the list, our own list of clients. but it led to so much more as well. And without, I can tell you, without this product, without magnetic marketing that I swiped the idea from, it doesn't happen. You know, it just doesn't happen. So that was the first campaign. And then I got so excited that it worked. I mean, you can imagine after investing 10 grand in an ad that maybe got me 2 calls to get 742%. I was like, all right, well, let's do it again. Let's do something else. So we followed it up with this campaign, specifically offer mobile websites. And it was like a multi-step campaign. We used the compass, and we used like the headline, "Are you lost?"
Right.
And, you know, so that produced a 535% ROI. And then at that point, I was just hooked. I mean, I did. I don't know if you remember the Mark Rear when I presented. We sent a silver platter offering to one of our clients.
Hold that closer. I want people to see that. I mean, that is awesome. I love this. I love this.
Don't see the price though, because we've price. But so this, we coupled this by I enclosed a video book. So when you open this, the video played.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
I put in popcorn. I put in snacks, and the client really loved Miller Lite beer. So what we did is I obviously didn't want to ship beer to him.
Right.
So I was on the video drinking a Miller Lite and said, hey, the next best thing is I'm going to have one. And I basically offered him a website, and he bought as a result of, you know, the whole just standing out and using these types of marketing with direct offers to lead people, you know, to a next step. And, you know, I look at my old marketing and it's like, you know, contact us today, but why? You know, you really need to lead people and explain why. And I really didn't know how to do that until I saw the concepts and the other people. You know, what's great about magnetic marketing is you see so many examples from so many different industries that you can look at it and then say, how can I apply that into, you know, my industry? And this one in particular was a result of Walter winning Marketer of the year before. He sent that whole briefcase with a DVD player, and I was like, wow, you know, let me try to really stand out. And you know, granted, it probably cost me about $100 to send the package with everything in it and everything. But even with the old pricing, you know, that's a $3,500 for what we were offering. That's unbelievable ROI, and it's a no-brainer. You do that all day long.
So a couple of things I want to dive deep on. One is great. I still love seeing these. I had the opportunity because I was, you know, I got to see that big box you sent, which I'm trying to draw a picture. It was huge. And of everything that you sent to us, you had all of these campaigns. You got, I mean, everybody loved that. They were eating chocolate, but now you're selling B2B. Right, you're not selling. I mean, some people say, "Oh, this doesn't work. It wouldn't my customers too." But you're selling to really sophisticated B2B buyers, correct?
Correct. And you know, beyond that, though, when the clients hire us, they're looking for results as well. So once we figured out how to, you know, really attract clients to ourselves, it was easier to get our clients better results because we took the same concepts and then just shifted it. I mean, we've helped landscapers where they're sending the boomerangs out, and one of my favorite ones is the you know, like the Rubik's cube, and it's you know, it's got like a picture of me holding my head. I'm puzzled. Why haven't you taken action? And you know, it works even better for them because the consumer today is not marketed like that overall. You know, B2B is they're being hit on all the time. So you have to stand out. When you do it B2C, it works even, you know, just as well. I mean, so we've seen it work obviously for us B2B, but also for our clients too, and we've implemented the system with for them.
Yeah, because right now your client list is deep on all categories, but you really do this type of marketing for those people that may be watching that are taking notes. For if you came on late, for doctors, right? For dentists, for plastic surgeons, for orthodontists, for you name it. You have it in all categories, but you do a lot of work on the medical side. So this type of marketing, I loved what you said. I mean, it was a throwaway line because you're such a bright guy, but you said, hey, listen, today's consumer doesn't get marketed to like this. Right. And in fact, I was just thinking about it. My wife and daughter were out shopping for shoes because it's homecoming this weekend, right? So it's all about the dress and all about the shoes and all that. So I went out and got the mail. And I was kind of, I'm a direct mail junkie. I was in the direct mail business. I was looking through it, and it was all boring, right? It didn't stand out. It was, you could take off the headline and the telephone number, and every picture was the same, and every, and it was like, well, what are they marketing and who are they marketing to? But you get something like what you were showing in the marketplace and the consumer. People want to have fun in their life, and they enjoy marketing and they enjoy advertising. Why do most people watch the Super Bowl? Sure, a small percentage of men are watching it for the football game, but the rest of the world is watching it for all of the Super Bowl ads. We're not saying go out and do Super Bowl type ads, but people enjoy marketing, especially really good marketing. And like you said, the staff's having fun with the marketing. You're having fun with the marketing. The customer's having fun with the marketing. They're coming in and throwing the boomerang. Who's ever run a campaign that their customers come in with the attention-grabbing device and brings it to the office and throws it down? Hey, listen, if you've done that, put it that you've done in the chat room, and I'll give you magnetic marketing for free, right? But no one has that happen, that they bring the attention grabbing device into the office and throw it. That stuff's phenomenal. So, sometimes you spend a lot of time on the online world, right? Because that's where you cut your teeth. You were direct response, but you were doing online. People will say, magnetic marketing, that's for direct mail, right? That's for people that do direct mail. Does it work online? If you find that it works online?
Oh, absolutely. We built our whole business around magnetic marketing online. Yeah. And excuse me. Here's how the concepts from, traditional, this, I would call this, this was a lot of direct mail in here, but when I got this, there is an online component to it too, which kickstarted, a lot of what we do today. And that is when we look at some of the successful campaigns for direct mail, it's multi-step and there's multiple steps to it. There's headlines that grab people in. There's follow-up. There's being different. And so when we took those concepts online, we use a method of advertising. Sometimes it's free traffic. Sometimes it's paid traffic. But they go somewhere, and the ad has to correspond with why they should get to that next page. And then when they get to that page, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to have a strategy session? Do you want them to download a certificate? Typically, what we're finding today is like the PDF reports. We actually give those away most often, and not have the opt-in for it. For what we find with B2C, because we track everything. That's another big foundational component of magnetic marketing, is the trackability when you're using direct response. Really proves ROI. So, or in some cases doesn't prove ROI, and it, things, not every campaign blows it out of the park. But what we've done online is that PDF will then have a call to action in it, and that is the next, that's the real opt-in, whether it's driving for that free appointment. So it depends on what it is that you're marketing that we found works well in terms of opting in or not opting in. Obviously, opt-ins are you want to, because you can follow up, but with retargeting, how we can basically get them to the site and then market to them. What's amazing to me today is you could be on a laptop. I'm on a laptop right now. I could go to a website and then I leave and I go on my phone and I see an ad from that website that I was on. I mean, that's magnetic marketing right there. I mean, someone has raised their hand, expressed interest, got to your website, they're hot, and now you're able to instantly follow up with them without even getting their email address. I mean, it's unbelievable, the opportunity that we have today with these types of concepts applied online.
So let's go deep on that, because I think it's really cool stuff. And I was with Dan earlier this week. We were kind of filming a day with Dan, and he was talking about this concept. And he says, we've added a book into the component, right? And the book, by adding the book and not going right to an appointment, but they have to read the book first, then we do the appointment. Yeah. We've increased the ROI on the sales call, right? So when you look at it, and it's, I believe it was either for financial services or maybe for a plastic surgeon or something. He didn't go into the detail of the client, but he said with one client, we used to do call for an appointment or call for the free PDF, like you said. We've now changed it, and we've put the book in play, and the book, it makes a much better client and customer. They're more responsive to anything that you're saying. But so I like what you're saying. So I hear what you're saying on that. So right now what you're saying is it used to be, kind of everybody was opting in for the free PDF, and you're not doing that as much anymore. And so go ahead, talk to me about that. And then also some people because we got, you and I talk marketing all the time, go about retargeting, right? Because they may not know what that is. So just do a really high level on that too.
Absolutely. So, going back to the opt-in, B2B, people are more willing to give their email address up.
Okay.
B2C, unless it's a certificate, a savings certificate of some kind, a discount code, we have seen people will happily give up their email address. But for a PDF, what we did is we compared the data of basically number of appointments, because we put specific tracking numbers in the report. And because when we asked for an email address, less people downloaded the report, when we gave the report away, we had 5 times more appointments for, and that's B2C. So, and you have to test it. Sometimes if the report's good enough, they're going to give you, enticing enough, they're going to give you the email address. So it all comes down to testing, as you know. So the second part of the question, remind me what that part of
I said, so I love that. I love what you said about that. So, yeah, the retargeting is where I wanted to go with that.
Absolutely. So if you've been on Amazon or a car website, chances are you go on that website, and then when you leave and maybe you go to your local newspaper or a blog website or ESPN, or it could be Facebook, you'll see an ad for whatever product it was that you were looking for, or another type of product from that company, that website that you were on, and it kind of like follows you around a little bit. Well, that technology is done through retargeting, and it used to be thousands and thousands of dollars and reserved for the car companies, but now you can do retargeting campaigns for under $100 a month, and get tens of thousands of impressions for that when the hottest people who've been to your website. So it creates top of mind awareness, and I always get, when I speak a lot, and I always get a question from someone in the audience like, well, I find it annoying, to be retargeted to. And well, first of all, not every client or patient of yours is going to feel that way. So don't, shortcut your own, block your own success because of you're just thinking about yourself. Second of all, though, if you have value retargeting, where maybe they went to a certain section on your website and then you give them another report, a blog article on the same topic, that is where you're serving them and not necessarily going for a sale right away. Continue to nurture and build value, build that relationship. You talk about Dan with the book. and the whole trust factor. I mean, people today, their guards are up. You need something to break down the wall, and build a relationship with them. So retargeting is a way that you can do that where you're not going to be offensive no matter what, if you're providing valuable information and not just saying, hey, I'm here again, why didn't you buy from me? That becomes annoying.
It's interesting. I've had conversations with various different clients, and one of them was actually an agency but they deal with just cars, right? So just car dealerships. And they said they also put a retargeting pixel on their customer service pages and their back end pages. So that way their customers are also being retargeted and followed. And then I heard somebody do retargeting. So what you do is you drop a pixel on the person, and then that pixel follows them throughout all these different ad networks. They used retargeting for getting new people, for retention, for recruitment. So they, when people hit their page for learn more about our jobs or learn more about us, they then retargeted them, and they saw that they got the best candidates that came through the retargeting. Because when somebody's out there looking, they're hitting 1,000 different job offerings, and so it's great for marketing. We're all about marketing, but it's really about, you could use it for customer service, and you could also use it for recruitment and probably retention too. I'm all for retargeting. And like you said, it used to be expensive. Nowadays, it's very affordable.
And I would say, like, a couple advanced ways that you can use retargeting is, if you have that pixel on your website, you can also then basically tell Facebook or whichever platform that you're using, I want you to take that list and then go find other people like the people who have come to my website, and actually basically kind of clone out your audience, people who are buying. You can put that pixel on a thank you page. Maybe if you do a strategy session or a free call or free appointment on the thank you page, when they request that, you can basically go find people through retargeting very, very inexpensively. And that's how you can really dial down so that you're not advertising to everyone. And I know it's impressive to have retargeting like on a New York Times or an ESPN or a big website, but you get just as much value, if not more, when you're advertising on the mom's favorite blog website that she's on, she's reading, she's in her community, and then she sees, an ad for the top 10 things you should know in choosing your orthodontist. She sees that. It's like, wow, Dr. So-and-so is on my blog. It's like meant to be. Like, I need to go learn more. I need to go see if this is, the right fit. So you can use the benefits of retargeting on the big websites, but also don't forget, you're going to be on sites that they love as well.
You're such a bright guy. You threw away, that was golden. What you just, hopefully there's people out there that are B2C and they just realize what you said is not just go to the big ad networks, but go on, because we used to follow mommy blogs. I don't know if you still, but these blogs or these neighborhood groups are very, very popular, especially if you're a B2C orthodontist, a pediatrician, a landscaper. You need to be on these little places where, I'm on a couple for like my neighborhood and then my town, and they're active all day long, and the smart marketers are there.
The trust in that is through the roof. My wife, as you know, 2-year-old Carter today, she's in there scouring for information. We have people coming to the house. She's in this Mommy Me Facebook group. We've never met them. We have such a strong relationship, in this online community that it's like, hey, we're having this party, come on over type, and people are coming. So it's the trust factor is so high. So imagine when you're
I think you froze a little on
that. Any better now? Make sure my mic's on. Okay. What I'm going to do, Nick is I think going to restart his computer and come back on. In the meantime, okay, Nick's coming on right now. Good. He should be on any second. And
hey Jimmy, you brought Molly in. So
awesome.
I gave you the throttle, the cog, as they say in that. So I don't know why we dropped, but it's Saturday morning here, and I think they turn off the internet. I know they turn off the air conditioning in our building. So so we're all sitting here sweating, talking to you, and then we drop. So the importance, I think, if you're a B2C marketer, and I don't know how far you took it, but one of the things we were talking about is these Facebook groups, these online groups, these mommy blogs, and the importance of all of that
is putting yourself in environments where the trust factor amongst the community is so high. If you can put yourself in situations like that, you don't have to go break through as many barriers to get them to actually say yes to whatever it is that you're offering. So certainly don't discount the smaller type communities that are really close knit. The trust factor is just through the roof.
Perfect. Hey, one of the things I know that you do a lot of work with folks is you really you incorporate both online and offline, right? So what do you see the mix that you do when you're working with somebody?
Absolutely. So first, in our own business for Jimmy Marketing, when we're attracting clients, we will use a mixture of webinar, and to get people to come to a webinar, we'll use direct mail.
Okay.
We'll then get them to the webinar. Then we'll physically send them a replay on a CD.
Okay.
Something like this, where we can mail it to them. Then we'll FedEx them a transcript. Now we could send it all in one package, but we break it up because we want to basically get in front of them as many times where it doesn't become annoying and it's of value to them. So what we will do is then take them from a letter where they have the transcript or something in the mail, and we'll drive them back online to a video. And we'll go, back and forth, online and offline. With our clients, they will get a lead. Say someone searches for an orthodontist on Google, clicks on one of the ads or clicks on the map and gets to one of our clients' website. They get retargeted, all that stuff. Let's say they opt in for a free appointment, their initial consultation. Many of our doctors will FedEx them a copy of their book before the meeting, along with a shock and awe type package that kind of outlines why they're different, what to expect. And sometimes people will self-select themselves out of the process when they get a package like that because they say to themselves, this is going to be too expensive for us. We're not interested. And that's a good thing.
Right.
Because now you're not that you're wasting your time, but you're not, you could be working with helping people that could say yes to your treatment. And so we'll then, in that package, also drive them back online, specific pages on the website with videos, with patient testimonials. If they're coming in interested in Invisalign and they get the consumer's guide to Invisalign from that doctor, and we bring them back online with Invisalign video testimonials. I mean, to go back and forth online and offline is a great way to build a relationship with someone before they even come in to see you. So when that is done, the trust factor increases extremely high and makes it much easier to say yes to treatment versus, maybe delaying it. And eventually they may say yes eventually, but you could speed all that up when your marketing is overcoming objections and using different types of media. In our business, I speak a lot. So when you're face to face and able to, be in front of people, that's a tremendous way to do it. but then follow up also offline and online in those types of environments is really what you need to do to get as many yeses as possible, which, I mean, that's the goal. If you believe in what it is that you offer, you've got this moral obligation that you have to do whatever it takes to get your audience to say yes to you.
You're speaking my mantra. I love that last statement that you threw out there. Hey, listen, if you believe in what you do and you know it's the right thing for your target audience and your prospects, then it's your moral obligation to really communicate to them as much as they possibly can so they say yes to you. How long are you seeing the buying cycle take in B2C and B2B nowadays?
So it also depends on what it is. So when we market a podiatrist,
okay,
and a mom has heel pain, it's a day.
Yeah,
got a problem.
Right.
When we market an orthodontist, if it's for their children, could be right away if they know that they're going to need braces and fits their budget, everything works. Could be within a week. Some types of orthodontists will offer treatment solutions beyond orthodontics.
Okay.
Like airways.
Okay.
And sleep apnea. One of our clients was sharing with us that 84% of people have some form of sleep apnea, and most don't know it. So that sales cycle is going to be longer because we have to break down and nurture that client, that patient, that there is a problem. We have to think there is a problem, and then continue to build trust. In our world, when I speak, it could be as little as a day.
Okay.
Other times, that same event, and it could be a closed small group, or it could be in front of 100 people, 1,000 people. There will be people who will have to see me speak 3 or 4 times before they will sign up. And so there's different types of buyers out there in terms of some that they'll look at something and say, I need this, let's get it today. Right. There's more people that need to be nurtured a little bit. They want social proof. They want testimonials. They want to make sure that they're not going to make a wrong decision because they've been taken advantage of so often in this marketplace today. There's others that need even more than that. So when you have magnetic marketing with the follow-up systems in place, you're able to help those people that need more information. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. They just need more information. They want to know a little bit more than the person who makes quicker decisions. So you don't want to just focus on the people that make quick decisions. You want to serve as many people as you can. And going back to the point, I think I've kind of from you or Dan or somebody, the moral obligation thing. Yeah. I care just as much of the people who take a little bit slower time to make a decision than the people who make quick decisions. So I need to have systems in place, and we're not the best at it for ourselves, for our clients. We can always do better. Always do better. We have record-breaking months, or our clients have record-breaking months. We celebrate it for like a split second because we got to do better. I'm wired like that, and our team's wired for that continual growth. And when you have systems like this, I mean, it allows you to have a starting point so that you can get in the follow-up, and you guys give the templates and you go in, you tweak it for what what you're looking to do, and you do it. And and it works. I mean, it's unbelievable compared to, traditional type. I went to college, marketing classes. Right. They don't teach you direct response marketing. And, it's a shame, but, unfortunately, I invested a lot more in college, and I met my wife there. I mean, that was great and all that stuff. But we look at financial return on investment. Sure. Give me 1,000 of these things, and it's through the roof, the ROI.
It's funny about traditional college and traditional marketers, and really, I'm saying this more if you are maybe you're hiring marketing consultants and really hiring the right marketing consultant to help you. So we think everybody should do it themselves, but maybe you want to be at that point where you want to bring some outside help just to give you fresh ideas or that. And the go back to college. My son's in college now, and he's at a really good advertising and marketing school for that because he knows he wants to do that. But we said, hey, listen, you want to be in advertising, you got to go sell something, right? He's been in my businesses, so everybody knows I've had my own businesses. He's been on the phone setting appointments for me. He was actually even at GKIC setting appointments for some of our salespeople and myself and calling exhibitors and that. So he's selling he's doing 3 jobs this summer, and now he's carrying over to the school year, but he's selling Cutco knives, right? And he says, oh my God, Dad, everybody knows GKC and Cutco knives and vector marketing. And he goes, I'm like a rock star because I say, oh, my dad, it works there, And so these young kids that are really smart salespeople and marketers know that the traditional 4-piece collar, I mean, it's good to be schooled in that, but really the direct response, I'm going to hold up a newer one because you keep on holding up an old one and people are going to get confused. So I'm going to hold up a new one.
I'm getting a new one too.
Yeah, you got a new one. We'll get one to you. Don't worry. But the importance of being schooled in direct response advertising, having a system, the importance of swipe files is just so important. The other thing that I love about GKIC, we're going to answer some questions, but you are one of the best at, you're a student, right? So you're at our events, you're taking notes, you're on our webinars. And I'm just looking at some of the people like, Greg Luther. I mean, he was in Titanium with you. He's on this call right now. I just look at, Steve Dent, Richard Bugle. I mean, there's a lot of our longtime members are always wanting to get better. The best want to get better. You want to get better. Your team wants to get better. And the really smart marketers want to have really, really, really good swipe files, right? So that they could learn from. And I crack up because we've all done it, right? We've all spent money in our lives before we found magnetic marketing. You keep on holding up the yellow pages, right? And just think about that industry and how big that was and how many bad ads went into those places and how much money got wasted. And you were kind enough to kind of tell your origin story of, hey, look at this ad I spent, back then I didn't even have the money and I spent it, and look how bad it was. Exactly. You want to answer some questions? We got some questions from some folks. Is that all right that we answer them?
Absolutely.
All right. I know you got to get to you got to get to your boy's birthday, so we'll keep it real. So I don't want your wife hunting me down at the next event and coming to yell at me because she had to do all the heavy lifting for your boy's 2nd birthday. All right.
If we time this right, I may not be able.
You're not getting me in trouble. I know your wife. I'm not afraid of you. You're too nice of a guy, but I don't want to get on her bad side. So, Randall Owens, would you please explain again your comment on retargeting to sites that people go to, for example, mommy blogs? And I think you take it. I know we both kind of talked about it, but you take that one.
Absolutely. So what happens is, with a lot of the retargeting web platforms that are out there, you can't necessarily tell the platform where you want your ad to display.
Okay.
They won't display it like on adult websites. So because some people they're concerned about. We get that question. I don't want to be on some porn website. And they don't put you on those types of websites, but you may be on ESPN, you may be on New York Times, or you may be on a smaller site like a mommy blog type site, and a lot of the sizzle is like, oh well, I always want to be on the big websites, USA Today, New York Times, and they're like, I don't want to be on these small websites. But well, wait a minute, before you even think that way, let's really think about this. The person, the mom who's in that mommy blog group that sees you advertising on there, you have instant connection with her, and it is actually, in my mind, better than the bigger sites because it's like, wow, how did they get here? That's unbelievable. This doctor is advertising in our community is a great way to really position yourself in an environment where their guards are down. Because the trust is just so high.
So it's the mommy blogs, it's the Facebook, getting to the really niched Facebook group for the community that you serve. So if you're a local dentist or a local orthodontist, there's a ton of these local groups. There's these blogs. There's another different, I forget the name of the platform, but there's a bunch of different platforms that are hosting these community type forums that you want to be able, and you could retarget to all these communities. So you just need to work with a company like Jimmy Marketing. He probably knows them all. And they will help you get to those communities. And really, your ad dollar goes further with those, I'm assuming, also.
Big time. Big time. I mean, because the way it works is these websites have more traffic coming to them than retail ad space that they can sell.
Right.
So these retargeting companies buy up all the traffic that is not, they got these people coming, they're not selling ads. So it's wholesale inventory on ad space. And then what the retargeting company says is, we're going to take this ad space, but we only want to display ads to the people who've been to this website, or the people who've been to that website, or that website. And when that happens, it enables you to dial down your impressions. So when you have, 10,000 impressions on your local newspaper, you might, if you go direct to them, you may spend $1,000, $500 for, say 100,000 impressions. Wow. When you do it on retargeting, you're going to get those for like $100.
Right.
And it's the hottest people. It's not just anyone that goes to that newspaper. It's the people who've been to your website. So for those of you who aren't utilizing, retargeting, you definitely got to look into that, because it's going to make all of your marketing, even referrals, feel that level of trust, which is going to help you get more yeses and be top of mind. Ultimately, get you more business.
Love it. Thank you. I think you got it. Hopefully, we took care of you, Randall. Jim King, how do you find your medical contact leads, and who is the person in the office who it should be sent? I believe he means who should receive the inbound lead.
Is that for us finding medical or for them finding patients?
I don't know. You want to answer it both ways? So answer it B2C sure. And B2B? Yeah.
Yeah. So for our clients, the lowest hanging fruit is for people who are searching for the type of doctor or the type of treatment solution that they need. So okay. We stick in, orthodontist world. If they're searching for Invisalign, if they're searching for braces, if they're searching for an orthodontist, they're pre-sold on I need a solution for crooked teeth or an overbite or crowded teeth, whatever. They are going to be the easiest to get to yes. So the sales cycle is going to be much shorter.
Okay.
So we'll use Google, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube, search engine type marketing on both the free listings and paid listings, and track both to ensure that it makes sense from a ROI standpoint. A lot of people will say today, well, I don't use Yahoo, I don't use Bing. Well, that's all right. There are people who still do.
Sure, right.
And the great thing about it is there's a lot less advertisers on those platforms. So while you're going to not be able to attract as many patients or clients, but your ROI is going to be better. And as long as you are breaking even or better, you should be there, because if you're providing a great service, you're going to get referrals, you're going to get, more and more profits. So you've got the search, and then we'll use Facebook for people who may not be considering an orthodontist or braces or Invisalign. And we look at their ideal patient or decision maker of the patient, the mom, the dad, okay. And we'll put messages that would get them to start interacting with the orthodontic office, get them to, read a report on something, read a blog article, and then retarget them further. So when it comes to online, we're seeing great success with Facebook, Google, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube sometimes. It depends on what it is that we're offering. But, like I said, if it's producing an ROI, you should be there. For us, if we go to the B2B side, we will look for doctors who have multiple locations
Okay.
Doctors who have some reviews or strong reviews. We'll look at the number of reviews that they have to kind of see where they are from a reputation standpoint. Because the worst thing that we could do is we could market someone who is maybe not providing the best treatment in their market, and then when we drive them more leads and they don't answer the phone, and it just turns down to a downward spiral. So we need to find people who are award winning and leaders in their field, but maybe just need a little help on the marketing side of things. I mean, they weren't teaching this in marketing school. They're certainly not teaching it in doctor school. So we appreciate that and look to how we can help these doctors get their message out so that they can help more people. And unfortunately, we live in a world today where if your website is easy to use, it's friendly, it's professional looking, it's got the right message, that mom is going to say, this is a better orthodontist than the guy whose website looks old or doesn't have a website. They're using it to correlate the actual treatment. So, you have to have your ducks in a row when it comes to, any type of marketing, especially online with your website, obviously. But, also when I speak at events, people will resonate with the message and come up and we'll market to them. And that's how we're getting, a lot of our B2B is speaking webinars and Google too. We advertise on Google ourselves and Yahoo, Bing, Facebook. Same formula that works for our clients. We're our own clients as well.
Sure. Yeah, your own test kitchen, just like we are. We find that we test words and keywords and phrases on Bing and Yahoo because it's cheaper to test it there, and then you can see what the response rate is. Then you can move it over to Google or YouTube or things of that nature. But
that's gold. I'm taking that one. That is tremendous.
There you go. We have a couple more questions. One is, what's different about this magnetic marketing that Jimmy keeps on holding up a black one, and so and this is a gray one or an off-white one. So what we've done is we've updated the principle. So this is just Dan kind of unplugged, raw Dan. If you watch the day with Dan, we talked about it's more of a workshop environment. So we're good at teaching you the why, but this is also not only the why, but the how. And then we talk about the importance of your templates, right? So we call it the toolkit. Dan called it a toolkit in his original magnetic marketing. So 144 ads, PDFs of the ads that you could use. They're copyright free. There's long page letters. There's short form letters. There's postcards. There's EDDM. There's Facebook ads. There's landing pages. All that's there. All you have to do is, where it says XXX, take out the XXX and put your telephone number in there and change the name of the business. So it's copyright free. You just put it in your computer. You got 144 direct response related ads, all schooled in magnetic marketing. The one thing, this is what I love it, and this is, I know what you're keep on holding up. It's the vault. This is all of the copy samples that our members have sent in. So we put a call out to all of our members, guys like Jimmy, are really, really top-end coaching clients, and all of our high-end members, and say, give us your best ads. And our community is based on sharing. Everybody wants to get better, right? Because if we're all better in business, we all grow. And so they sent us their best ads. And so you could see it's got hundreds of ads that you could use, get the concepts from, swipe and deploy, use them, and put them in place in your business, right? So what may work, you may not sell to orthodontists, right? But Jimmy gave you good ideas, and there may be a good ad in here that you could use, and you're selling B2B, and you're selling copiers. Well, there's concepts there that you could use. So that's what's new on this. Of course, we threw a bunch of there's bonuses in there that you get. You get invited to our boot camp, that's where that changed your world, getting to boot camp.
That's where I got magnetic marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, that 2-day event was so eye-opening. I was like, I finally found the place where I'm gonna be able to help more people.
Yeah.
it was that 2-day boot camp was phenomenal.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal.
Yeah. We get I mean, that thing gets blown out. Everybody loves it. It's like drinking from a fire hose. We put our smartest people. Darcy's there, right? I mean, you get to spend 2 days with Darcy. I mean, you walk away saying, "Holy cow, she is like as bright as they come." And I learn a lot from them. And we work on your USP, so they take you through magnetic marketing. Randall Owens just said, "My copy came yesterday. Smiley face, great quick service. That's wonderful to hear." Got a couple more questions. I know you got to get to your boy's birthday, but we'll do a couple more here. The one person asked, here I found it's from Michael. So when we talked about you're not having them opt in for the PDF anymore, right? How do you get the contact information if you're not having them opt in for the free PDF?
Great question. And I do want to make it clear that I'm not saying never use an opt-in.
Okay, right.
Sometimes on a report, what we have found is if we have a call to action in the report, maybe to send them to a webinar, send them to call in for their appointment, we had more final actions when we didn't ask for the email address first, because we were able to get more people to read the report because we were giving it without the email address. There wasn't a barrier to entry. So the opt-in is within the report, and it could be, hey, go here to this website to get your free info kit. Go here to this website to sign up for this webinar. Go here to, or call us to schedule your free initial consultation with free whitening kit. I mean, the key with all, types of direct response marketing is that offer where you're asking for contact information has to be irresistible. So the better it is, the better that offer is, the more people you're going to have in front of you that you can get more yeses for.
All right. Jim King had a question about cold email. Greg Luther, I think, answered him. I don't know if you can see the chat roll. Greg is, a great job, Greg, on the answer of that. That's one thing I love about the community, right? And you've been an active member of the GKC community, so you got really, really, really smart marketers, really smart salespeople interacting with each other. I know we're in titanium with Greg. Greg is one of the sharpest marketers. He works with real estate agents, and really great guy. So you can just see what happened in the community, and that's what happens if you attend one of our events. If you become active in the GKC community, everybody wants to share, everybody wants to grow. Jimmy and I got notes on my, I got my questions to you, and I got notes written down that I'm going to put in place, and you learned at least one or two things from me, which is what we want to do. Yeah. All right, and so Bill T also said, and I think he's answering furthering up on yours. You could put a pixel on the PDF download also. Is that true?
Oh wow, I wasn't aware of that.
Okay.
I mean, we've investigated it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you could on a PDF. I'll have to see if that is available now.
Yeah. Once again, the power of community, the power of being part of GKIC, being a member, is you have people that are marketing fanatics, sales fanatics, want to grow their businesses. Everybody is sharing ideas. The important thing is to take ideas to test, right? To take sample ads from the vault and use them, tear them up. I love the fact that you took stuff that you saw from Walter Bergeron, another great marketer of the year, and you were in peak with him, and you're in platinum with him, and you took stuff from him and you put him in your business. So he was using that. That was hardcore B2B that he was, right? He sounded like industrial stuff or something. I don't even know what he sold. It was ointments or oils or something. I mean, he was hardcore B2B.
Refrigeration repair.
That's it.
Like, how do you take this and apply it? You can. It's easy. It's right there.
Yeah. So for the people that say, oh, it won't work in my business or it won't work in B2B or my customers too, I mean, you're using magnetic marketing to sell to the most schooled people out there: dentists, orthodontists, plastic surgeons, plus. And they love magnetic marketing, and you're implementing it. And I know a lot of your clients, they're in really affluent areas. So they're selling to the high-end affluent area consumer. All right. So Richard Bucher used it for high-end industrial coating. So they use it. does magnetic marketing show how to use this pixel concept, which is retargeting? We do have it in there. It's in what's called, and I didn't do a good enough job, so I'll thank you, Michael, for asking that question. It's called magnetic internet marketing, which is a new component to magnetic marketing, and it's 5 online trainings. And one of them does cover the importance of putting the pixels on there. So we cover Facebook advertising, which this covers of dropping the pixels in there. It's how to set up a website, so a direct response website. What's the difference between a website and a landing page, right? Because Jimmy, a lot of your clients probably get confused on that. And how do you incorporate both of them? How to use Google AdWords and Google Ad Networks, right? So dropping the pixel and doing all that. So we teach you how to do that. As well as how, that, and there's probably more on there, but it's Facebook, how to use Facebook, how to use YouTube, how to use the response-driven landing pages, as well as websites, as well as how to put Google Ad Networks to use. And so it's all there for you, Michael. And our members, as well as some of our staff, are the best and brightest in this. They're in this every day, much like Jimmy is. And they're, and it's also, it's online, so it can be updated, right? Because does Google change, or is it the same way it was, when you first started using it, right?
All the time.
Yeah. So you need to get magnetic marketing. Hey, listen, Jimmy, I know you've been really fair with your time. I got one last question for you, then we'll keep on answering some of our people's questions in the chat roll. But we asked Rachel Young, who's a great implementer and a great member. And she had the best answer. Even Dan said, well, that's about as good as they could get as an answer. So what would you tell to somebody that doesn't invest, doesn't buy magnetic marketing? What would you say to them?
That doesn't buy?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. You're missing out. You're really missing out. And if you really believe in what it is that you are offering, you need to at least check it out and see what other people are doing with magnetic marketing. Because like that vault that this is an older version. I want that version, because there's going to be ads in there, from people like it's great. You mentioned Richard from Canada,
right?
And Greg, I hope you had a great horse racing season and it was profitable for you. The relationships in this community, not only are you going to, miss out on strategy and tactic and ways to help more people, but the community, if I talk like this to the people, I'm going to go, the parents of the 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. I'm sending a silver platter in the mail, a bank bag. I mean, they're going to think I'm nuts. So I go to events, I join coaching groups, I go to online trainings to also surround myself with like-minded people. And if you're not into that, you're not associated with putting yourself with people who have a common goal. It's great when people in the community succeed and do well. I mean, everyone's so genuinely happy for you. It really unlocks a lot of potential in people. So, to keep it short, you're missing out big time in not just business, but also in life. I mean, life is so much better today for me than, certainly 5 years ago. And every year, it gets better and better and better. And I was just so excited. I get chills, goosebumps just thinking about how GKIC and magnetic marketing has changed my life. So I want to see everyone succeed. So don't miss out. You gotta join the community.
So you got to invest, right? You got to take action. The important thing, Jimmy told his story. It's a story that we've all been through in our journeys of entrepreneurs. Maybe we overextended ourselves on credit. Maybe a business line that we had went bad, right? Maybe the economy dropped on us like it did for many of us that were sitting around in 2007, 2008, 2009, right? I had it happen to me. Jimmy was honest with his story. I've talked about my past. Every time I've had a problem or anytime I needed to market my way out of an issue, I went to magnetic marketing, right? I've launched 2 businesses on the power of magnetic marketing. One was a consulting firm that we worked with physicians. So if magnetic marketing will work, we know that magnetic marketing worked for doctors. I did it for physicians. And it was long form sales letters, swipe and deployed from my vault. Mine was a 1994 version, and I think I had the 2002 version because I first saw Dan in 1994. I've gone to magnetic marketing. This is the product that is on every bookshelf of every great entrepreneur that comes from our community, and they all attribute their success to it. Maybe you've watched the videos and you've seen the Robin Robinses of the world, the Ben Glasses of the world, the Jimmy Nicholases of the world tell their story. They want to give back to this community. Greg Luther, who probably wants to be with his horses, is spending time with our community, answering questions and really giving good ideas. And he comes from the power of magnetic marketing. And we really want to share, but you have to take action. You have to buy now. Click on the button that's right off to the right, or give us a call. We have people here. Operators are standing by, as we would say. It's 1-800-871-0147. That's 1-800-871-0147. You got to take action. You got to click. You got to buy now. And to sweeten the pot, to make it better, Jimmy, you got 2 bonus. You give back so much. That's why I said you're the nicest guy in the world. You got bonuses just for people that got up at some ungodly hour, right, to talk to us this morning. Right. And you got bonuses for buyers. So why don't you talk about that?
Absolutely. So for the people who attended this, I'm going to give you both copies of my book, Small Business Marketing, Your Ultimate Guide, and Marketer of the Year, which I co-authored with Walter. And we talked about how we took the concepts that we learned in magnetic marketing and used it to not only grow our businesses, but also win Marketer of the Year for GKIC. So I'm going to give digital copies to everyone who came, and also for those who didn't come but you invest in magnetic marketing, obviously get the books. But all the campaigns that we talked about today, I will give you. I'll get you the Dropbox links to them. You can distribute them however you distribute them. But the swipe files that we're using at Jimmy Marketing, and also I built a software that basically talks to Facebook, Google, Yahoo, Bing, the retargeting, all the different platforms, and it identifies the winning ads, the ads that get the best responses for all of our clients, and it will tell me which are the winning ads in all those platforms. I'll give you the swipe file for that as well, so that if you are a doctor or contractor, you're see all different types of ads in that swipe file that we're seeing get great responses today, because we're at using millions of dollars on Google, on Facebook, through small businesses. So it's not like we have one client and we're spending $1 million. We're doing budgets of 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000, even a couple hundred. So the best responses to those ads, I want to give back to the community with those as well, in addition to all the campaigns that we talked about on this interview.
Perfect. So people are asking questions about how is this new one different, right? So they said, I even have that old black one that Jimmy keeps on holding up like this. That's from 2007, folks. I think it might even be 2002. But what have we updated? The vault is updated, right? So the sample copy, there's 144 sample copies in here. The system itself, right, is more how-to. So it's Dan kind of giving you introduction as well up to the concepts, and then implementing the concepts. So it's just, Rachel Young said, and she was phenomenal. She said, all you do is listen and have a notepad and a pen, and he walks you through who's your avatar. He walks you through how to create your USP. It's all done for you. So that's in here. what we call the toolkit, right? The toolkit is now on a USB. Just put it in your computer. There's hundreds of ads in here that are copyright free that you could use. So the vault, you can't use these verbatim, right? So that's stealing. But these are concepts that you could get and ideas you could get from our best students. And it's magnetic internet marketing. So we talked about the importance of how to do pixels, how to advertise on Facebook, how to advertise on Google, using Google Ad Networks and Google AdWords. What's the difference between a direct response magnetic marketing driven website as well as a landing page? Kind of talk you through all the different medias and how to get customers online. It's inexpensive to acquire customers online if you know what you're doing. It's expensive if you don't know what you're doing, right? And Jimmy, I mean, there are tricks that are out there that can help you, and you want to learn from our community. We bring the best and the brightest guys like Jimmy to the table to teach you how to do this stuff all the time. Randall Owens, you're welcome. He got up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Michael, thank you. Great bonus. Can't wait to receive it. Bill T, Mark to Doctors. So there's a lot of people. Will you invest? Will you get these bonuses? Absolutely. Shania, David, I think I answered your stuff for you. Give us a call, 1-800-871-0147. Our sales guys are here. They can talk you through. They can work through any issues you have, or click on the button. You got to buy now. Jimmy, they're all loving. They're blowing up. They love this bonus, right? They're like blowing up to get these bonuses. One guy wants to know, where'd you get the silver tray? We'll tell you how to get that. You got to get it, and we'll get the bonus to you. Some guys want to connect with you. I know you're going to give us your books. Thank you. Just for people that showed up for Jimmy, it was 9 o'clock. For us, it was 8 o'clock. For some people, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. There's guys up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get your knowledge.
Wow.
We'll have all Jimmy's contact information on the page with the downloads for the books. If you want to talk to him, or you want to hire him, you want to just kind of connect with him. Jimmy's a great connector. He's a great giver. He's a great guy. You got a birthday to get to. And I said, I don't want to get in trouble with your wife. So what's your last thing that you would tell anybody? Why should they invest in magnetic marketing? Then I'm going to let you get to your boys' 2-year second birthday here.
Well, it works for other people. When I got the product and I went through it, it gave me enough confidence for me to do it for myself. It worked for me. It works in all kinds of industries, but you don't know what's in there unless you invest in the product. You need to invest in the product so that you can go to the next level, whatever level you're at. I mean, what's in magnetic marketing? And I can't wait till I receive the new one, because there's the new ads, the different, the success from other members. We all feed on each other's success. And so, I want everyone that's on this, I don't know if you're doing a replay or not, but
yeah.
I want everyone to get the product and then share their successes in the community, because we all feed on it. Because if, I remember Sean Buck, who won after me, he said, if Jimmy Nicholas can win Marketer of the Year, I can win Marketer of the Year. I'm going for it. So when we see each other have success, it raises the bar for everyone. So, the station WIFM, what's in it for me? I want you to get the product and then raise my bar so that I can help more people and do better, and we all do better. So if you're thinking about it, just hit the button, fill out the form, and you say you've already shipped some of them out. I can't wait to to get mine. I mean, this is awesome. This is why people are getting up at 6 in the morning to be in this community. It's just awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for everything you do to make stuff happen. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Well, we are here because of guys like you. We are here because of guys like that are on the chat roll that are giving back. We are a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, all focused on doing things differently. Renegade approach. There's a lot of marketing firms out there that aren't marketing like you are, right? You had intestinal fortitude. I won't use a derogatory term, but you had the intestinal fortitude to do something different because you knew what you were doing wasn't working. Doing traditional type advertising wasn't working. We talked about your story. $250,000 in debt. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of juice. We're talking about $6,000 a month to service the juice on that. That's a lot of vig, as we would say in the neighborhood I grew up in. But you knew you had to do something different. So I don't know, the folks that are on here, a lot of you are part of our community. You want to give back. We appreciate that. If you are in a situation where you need to do something differently because you're not happy with the results you're getting, here's what I can tell you. Invest in magnetic marketing. You got to get this. This is a product that's, a lot of guys are saying it's the foundational product. I couldn't be in business without magnetic marketing. I love the fact that we saw this. I don't know if I told you, Jimmy, there was somebody that was getting evacuated from Florida. He says, I got all the essentials. I got my family in the car. I got magnetic marketing in the car, and I got the wedding album. The wife took the wedding album, and they left. But he wasn't going to leave Florida without magnetic marketing.
Whoa,
you got to buy magnetic marketing. It's priced to really, everybody could afford it, right? We're here. We are trying to make this community of entrepreneurs the best we can, and it all starts with this. Jimmy hit something on. Buy this product and implement it, right? Jimmy took action. He was in a situation where he knew he needed to take action. And then he became a member and became an active member. And the power of being a member and the challenge, right? So Sean says, hey, Jimmy, if you could win Marketer of the Year, I'm going to win Marketer of the Year. But the bar gets built. And when you come to one of our events, right? So if you come to one of our events, come to the boot camp, you just feed off of each other. There's an energy. You've made business relationships being in our community. I mean, it's unbelievable.
The life-changing business relationships by far.
And I know you've business partners, you've got business ventures, you've found clients, customers. It's all about the community. It's all about taking action, and it's all about giving back. And we do what we do for you guys that are here watching at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever time it is in the morning. One guy's, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning where he's at. We do it for guys like Jimmy. And I opened up by saying Jimmy's one of the nicest guys I know. He got up, he's on his child's birthday. He's giving back to the community and is dropping a lot of knowledge, and is just an all-around great guy. I get energy when I get excited when I know he's going to be at an event, because I get FaceTime with him and I get energy on him. And he is just the nicest guy. His staff is the best. He really cares about his clients. I mean, I know we've talked about some clients and you're like invested. Hey, I'm going to help these people be successful. No matter if they don't want to listen to me, we're going to send somebody over to their office and say, you got to do this because I know it's the right thing to do. So Jimmy, you're the best and the brightest of GKIC. I want to thank you. I want to thank all of you guys for being entrepreneurs. Give us a call, 1-800-871-0147. Once again, 1-800-871-0147. If you're on the fence on buying magnetic marketing, I don't know why you are. You're getting great bonuses. You're getting a great product. But if you're on the fence, here's what I can tell you. You got to do it, right? We're giving a 30-day guarantee on this product. Play around with it. Look at it. Learn. Beat it up. But implement it. So if you're going to buy it and leave it on your bookshelf, forget it. But you got to implement it because it changes the lives of everybody that's part of GKIC.
Go ahead. Commit to yourself. You're gonna implement one thing, and what happens? I guarantee you, it works.
Right.
And I mean, this piece of paper was the one thing I implemented, caused me to implement hundreds and thousands of other things since then. But you got to get started, and you can take action, get started, get the program, and it's just gonna bring you to another whole level without a doubt.
Right. So let's recap your first campaign, 742% response rate.
Yes. ROI. ROI, not just
ROI.
Dollars in the bank.
535 ROI.
Yes.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Oh, we promised that I was going to talk about the campaign that was, I invested $55.
Okay.
And turned it into like 22,000. What that was a result of I was at a peak performers meeting, and I dropped some mail while I'm at the meeting, basically offering clients to pay in advance some months of
Okay.
service. That mailing cost me $55. And while I was at the meeting, guy called me up and said, "Hey, I want to come over Tuesday and give you a check for $16,000." Tremendous. That letter, that idea, I got in magnetic marketing. So I'll add that to the bonuses.
Wow. Wow.
What you can swipe and deploy for me. But I'm having so much fun just helping people. I want everyone to have this kind of success. I mean, it's just tremendous.
Wonderful. Anthony, just give us a call, 1-800-871-0147. The staff is there. They can talk you through what's different. I've answered a couple different times, but give us a call. Once again, Anthony, it's 1-800-871-0147. They're here today on Saturday morning, and they'll answer you as to what's different about this. You'll learn. You get all these great bonuses. Jimmy, you are a class act. Your wife is lovely. I love her to death. Your son, I haven't met him, but I've seen his pictures on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Looks just like your wife, which, I got to say my kids look like my wife, right? So the good genes took over. Beautiful boy, beautiful family, beautiful home. Thanks to magnetic marketing, thanks to implementing. But really, it's because a guy like you took action, right? And like you said, you're a nice guy, but the world doesn't reward nice guys unless nice guys take action, and you took action. And we're going to let you get back to that wonderful family. Any last parting words, and then we'll get the people want cake. They want to be invited to the birthday party.
I would say the last thing is it's not just action, it's the right action.
Okay.
Because I was taking action, and I was using ineffective marketing and ineffective ads. And it wasn't until I had the right strategies, the right concepts that I could pull from and utilize direct response marketing. And that's when the shift happened. So, before this, I had invested in all kinds of different other things, not with GKIC. This was the first product I got with GKIC. And it was things moving me in the wrong direction. So action's important, but the right action. And if you're on this webinar, this video thing, you're in the right place. I can tell you that for sure. This is the place where you can, whatever situation that you're in, if you're having great success, you want more success, you're in the right place. If you're struggling, look, I was there. You're in the right place. And I can't wait to see it inside the community so we can all grow and help more people. I mean, I just can't wait to see you all in there.
All right, my man. Everybody's thanking you for the bonuses. There's smiley faces. There's balloons. There's everything out there. And you got to get the smiley faces and balloons and birthday cake and all that. Yep. So, Jimmy, thank you for taking time. Thank you for being part of the community. Will I see? Are you going to be at Info Summit? Are you going to send? Are you getting there, Karen?
I'm trying to rework it so I can come. Okay. I definitely want to be there.
Okay. And I got another idea. Give me a call. I want to do another interview with you about some stuff. And so give me a shout when you get a second. I know you're traveling next week. I know that's why we snuck this in on a Saturday. I want to thank you. You're a road warrior now, but I got some ideas I'm going to talk to you about. And thank you. And you have a wonderful birthday. Okay. Give your son a kiss for me, and we'll make sure we send him his own version of magnetic marketing, because I know he's going to be an entrepreneur just like his dad. And enjoy the boats. Are you guys going on the boats, or are you going golfing tonight?
We're tomorrow's golf, and then the next weekend we're going on the boat. So,
did you ever think, going back before magnetic marketing, did you ever think you'd be a member of a country club and have your own boat? And I mean, the house that did you ever think that, $250,000 in debt? I mean,
no.
God bless.
I mean, it's awesome. So say hello to the whole family that's working there on Saturday morning.
I will. Yeah, we got Molly here, we got Camilla, we got Vito, we got
awesome.
Brendan, we got everybody here. So I'll say hi to everybody, and we'll see you at Info Summit, folks. Thank you for being on. Take action. We're here for you. Our staff is here. 1-800-871-0147. Let me do it again. 800-871-0147. We're here to serve you. Take action. Hit the button off to the right. Thank you for being entrepreneurs. Thank you for being part of our community. God bless, and have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care, Jimmy.
All right, buddy. See you later.
Bye-bye.